This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. All right, so one of the things that I found to be encouraging from the last few weeks, especially, and this has been like a season-long trend, but it's been most pronounced for the last 3 weeks, is the increased performance that the Browns have gotten from that 2023 draft class, right? This was a draft class that heading into the season, you know, Dawand Jones looked to be the only really prominent member of. But now you look at this draft class and you see guys like Dawand Jones playing left tackle, Cedric Tillman stepping up, and then also Isaiah McGuire looking pretty good. And then you have a rookie in Michael Hall, who I think is playing some solid football as well. So let's jump into it. We're going to start by looking at Cedric Tillman, but this is going to be a video kind of focused on the young guys here. So Cedric Tillman. He's at the bottom of your screen right next to the 10. Let me highlight him for you. Bam. And look how he wins off the route, right? Boom. Really good hands. 20's a good corner, right? Just nice hands. Little inside to out, push, extend. You're within 5 yards. You could do that. And then great acceleration to get to the spot. That almost looks like how Amari Cooper used to run it, right? Like Amari Cooper was the king of these routes last year. This is not dissimilar. Right, great job there by Cedric Tillman. This play here. Again, Cedric is going to be at the top of your screen. Let's see what goes down. So he does a good job here recognizing the situation. This corner, the last minute, drifts inside, which means he's going to give him an outside release. Cedric does a good job just blowing by, not wasting time here with his hands. And then when he gets to the top of his route, he does a good job being physical, pushing 20 off his spot, coming back to the ball and catching it. Great job there. Okay. In the end zone, this is where Cedric needs to improve because I thought he did a good job being in the spot where he's supposed to at the time, right? It's kind of a rub concept. You're getting Jordan Akins here. He's trying to do a bit of a rub, and Jordan Akins does a good job of rubbing without getting a penalty call, right? He does not make contact, but he does affect the path of the defensive back. Jameis Winston, to his credit, on time with this ball in the right spot, gets it to Cedric Tillman. Cedric's got to catch this. This ball just pops out of him, right? That's the one thing with Cedric Tillman that he has to fix. He tends to be a body catcher, right? You see him right here? This is a body catch. He lets this bounce off his body. This is not the first time we talked about this with Cedric Tillman. He has to get rid of this habit or build a better habit of going out there and trying to catch this ball with his hands. He has good hands when he uses them. Right here, he uses his body. He gets nailed. And it's not like the hit forced the ball free, right? The ball's already out before he even gets the hit here. Right? The ball's out because it bounced off his chest. And it could have been an interception. Got to catch that ball there. It's 7 points there. So the body catching stuff is what concerns you with Cedric Tillman. We'll see a better angle of it right here, right? To where you can see what I'm talking about. Where you see where this ball is coming off of his body before he even gets hit, right? That ball is right where it needs to. He does not collapse it in because it's coming too fast. Comes off his chest. Maybe at Tennessee, you can get away with that. because the velocity on the ball is not going to be what it is in the NFL. But you got to catch that. So if you're going to body catch it, you got to catch it. Now, this is what you want to see from Cedric Tillman, right? Gets up there, ball up in the air, still catches it with his body, but he's much more focused on how that ball comes in. So he might just be a body catch guy. That might just be the biggest flaw with him throughout his career. But if he's going to body catch, he has to be this kind of body catcher, right? More consistently. Great job getting the feet in bounds, too. But overall, I think he would do better just to body catch a little bit less. I know it works out for him sometimes, like it did in this one. But I think he would be better off if he body catched a little bit less. But the talent is there, right? The talent is there. 50-50 ball comes up. Almost looks like Mike Williams, like in his prime. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Dawand Jones real quick. Got 3 clips here for Dawand. Dawand in pass pro, he's pretty good, right? He's going up against Joey Bosa on this clip. Well, I don't think Joey Bosa goes wide of him, right? He goes up against 45 on this clip. Does a good job. Look, just locks him out. Boom. Nowhere that 45 can go. It's a lockout rep. It's really good here. Arms bent. And now look, even better, I like what he's doing here. Look how Dawand, once he realized he has this guy locked up, he's watching Joey Bosa. Boom, head turn. Okay, now I have my eyes towards Joey. Does Joel need help? Turns out Joel doesn't need help. The ball gets out clean. But love that awareness by him. This is what I don't love about Dawand Jones so far is the run blocking stuff, right? If you want to see more of what I'm critical of on Dawand with the run blocking stuff, there's going to be a video about the offensive line specifically where you can get into the weeds on that. But this one, Dawand does a good job of helping out on 93. He could have did a better job finishing on 0 here, but still solid job there. And this is Dawand at his best, right? He's going to get a straight up pass rush here. Does a great job with his feet, doesn't overset. And then when he tries to kind of run around Dawand's feet keep up. And look how good he is with his hands here, right? Like just keeping him off of him, right? He tries to long arm him. Dawand's too long for that. He swipes him off. And again, just running him around. That's the stuff that Dawand can do. And it's nice to see him comfortably be able to do this from the left tackle spot. We've seen him do this at right tackle. It's nice seeing him be comfortable there at left tackle. Gives you a lot of hope that at least in pass protection, Dawand Jones has a ton of potential. Now let's move on to the defensive line guys. I thought Isaiah McGuire was really encouraging in this game. I thought Michael Hall was pretty encouraging in this game, and you'll see why I think that here. One, Isaiah McGuire, who's number 57. Look at this bull rush he gets on Joe Alt. This is a pressure right here, right? So we're watching Isaiah McGuire. And again, a solid bull rush here. Underneath the pads. Good drive. Look how he withstands this chip, too. He gets doubled here. Running back tries to chip him, take him off the spot. Nah, he stays strong. Gets his hands into pressure, almost gets a face mask. Has to be careful there. But pretty good there. By the way, Obo Okoronkwo gets choked here. They don't call it. It's crazy to me. Like, look at Rashad Slater on the other slide. Like, look at this. Look at Rashad Slater. That's got to be a penalty, right? Like, should have been called a hold there. What? Really nice bull rush. Love that he was able to kind of sustain that chip block here, right? Boom, still pushed, still got pressure. All right, let's go to the next play. So two things here. One, Isaiah McGuire does a good job just winning outright. This is going to draw a holding penalty right here. This is the second time that we're seeing someone get choked. Yeah, it draws a holding penalty. And then I think Michael Hall does a really good job here too. So first thing we're going to watch is 57. Look at the release here. The job that he does on, is that Joe Alt? Yeah. So he wins immediately. Joe Alt pretty much is forced to hold him in order to try to win. So good job there. You love to see it. Good hands. And then we're going to flip to the other 3T side right here to watch Michael Hall, who I think has himself a nice rep too. Is that quickness from Michael Hall. It's just insane quickness here from Michael Hall, right? On 77, swims him around. And then what he really is good at, Michael Hall is really good at these stunt twist things. Like, he's really good at them. He has this cat-like agility side to side, so he can really hit these stunt twists well. This is another example of him this time helping Miles spring free in a stunt twist, right? Same kind of concept. He's using like this little jab step inside. And then that completely pulls the guard in. And then look how it loops around for Myles Garrett, basically, to get a big hole here. Boom. Pressure. Justin Herbert's a great quarterback, so he gets rid of the ball before some of this stuff gets there. But pressure was certainly there. Again, Isaiah McGuire, just the motor from these two young guys, I think is the best thing about them, right? On one side, you got Mike Hall, who ends up getting like 3 people on him at one time. He's still trying to fight through. Good job there. And then you have Isaiah McGuire take on, I believe, a tackle, and it looks like somebody else, and just keeps churning, right? Forces a pressure. Because you see here, he gets a hand on Herbert. Great job. Great job by McGuire. I think this is why the Browns are so comfortable with the ideal of trading Za'Darius Smith. Here we got both 51 and 57 out there. 51 does a great job beating his man initially, right? Boom, swim out, and then wrapping up on J.K. Dobbins. It could have been a better tackle for sure, but still, fine result. Yeah, look how 57 just never gives up on this play, right? He gets underneath them pads, and then he just keeps driving, and he ends up like pushing the pile. I don't know what the ceiling is for a dude like Isaiah McGuire, but I do think that he can be a solid starter in the NFL at the very least. Like, I think you're seeing the signs of that. Really good run defender, right? Kind of like a 2022 version of what Sam Herbert was for the Cincinnati Bengals. Like a really solid number 2 is what I think he could develop into. But wins here, good job tackling, slows him down for the run stop. Yeah, look at this nice little pressure here, right? He's not Myles Garrett, so he's not going to wow you with the athleticism or blow you away with like some kind of crazy move he could do. But what he does do is effective, right? He turns that long arm, slips it underneath into a rip, and then also turns the corner at a sharp enough angle to be a threat to get a strip sack here if Herbert's not careful. Now, Herbert senses the pressure, runs out of it, and I think he's probably going to be successful here. Now he runs out of bounds for a 3-yard loss, so that's effectively a sack. But that's all created by Isaiah McGuire out here on the edge, playing really solid football. This is Michael Hall, if you want to watch 51. Right, deals a double. Keats fighting through. Isaiah McGuire is there creating space. I love the tenacity of these two. So I'm encouraged by what you're seeing from some of these young players, Dawand Jones especially, Cedric Tillman especially, and Isaiah McGuire and Michael Hall. What do I think the ceiling is on these guys? It's a bit early to tell, right? Like some of these guys are just now getting playing time on a consistent basis, like a Cedric Tillman and an Isaiah McGuire. So it's hard to say what their ceiling is. I think Cedric Tillman's ceiling is going to be limited by the fact that he is a natural body catcher, and that always seems to have its limits. You just limit your catch radius when that's the case. If he does grow out of that habit, then the ceiling is the roof for him, right? As Michael Jordan once said. The same thing could be said for Isaiah McGuire, right? I don't think the athleticism is there for him to be like an all-pro edge rusher, but what he can be is a really good edge rusher opposite of Myles Garrett. And if you can get that on a rookie deal, I think the Browns will be really happy, especially considering that they also have Alex Wright, who's going to be coming back off of injury sooner than later. And then Dawand Jones, I think he has star potential, and I think Michael Hall has star potential because they both have things you can't teach. But feeling really good about those four young players specifically. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Peace.